A lot of businesses and organizations are not actually running on systems and they're running on memory. And here's what I mean. What I'm realizing is that you, as a business owner, you, as a nonprofit organization, founder, board member, executive director, you're remembering things, but you're not remembering to follow up, to send the invoice, to send a solicitation letter. Not remembering to check certain emails, reply to certain emails. You might even be mentally responding to text messages. Certain things, such as also remembering what the client said 3 weeks ago, or trying to locate a document, or simply trying to remind yourself of an idea that came to mind at, let's say, 11:47 p.m. while you were lying in your bed. And eventually, all of that becomes heavy. Your business starts living in your head instead of existing in a structure that supports you. And if we're being honest, a lot of visionaries struggle with this, especially people who are creative, people who deeply care, service providers, nonprofit leaders, and especially people balancing a full time job while trying to build something meaningful on the side. And this leads to you lacking ideas and other issues that develop, right? And you're probably overflowing with ideas. That's just a part of your nature. You think of solutions constantly, you notice gaps, you see opportunities, you care about people, you even think about how to improve people's experiences. I'm sure you also think about what you could do better. You think about new programs, new initiatives, new offers, new ways to serve and grow. So that's not your problem. Those are good things. What we want to focus on is staying trapped in your mind. And while you're carrying all those ideas, you're also trying to manage the actual operations of your business or your organization. And by that, I mean the contracts, the invoices, the follow up emails, the meetings, your scheduling, products, projects, client communication, marketing, deadlines, volunteers, all of those things, right? And so for nonprofit organizations, there's even more layers. You have board documents, volunteer coordination, fundraising, grant writing, grant reporting, intake forms, compliance paperwork, community outreach, programs that actually need to be executed. There's a lot. That's a lot for your brain to hold. And eventually, what happens is your mind just becomes overcrowded. You wake up thinking about business. You go to sleep thinking about business. You're constantly mentally revisiting things because there's nowhere for the information to actually live. And one of the biggest signs your business is living in your head is this: you keep saying, I need to remember to. That sentence alone tells me there's no system holding the information for you. And here's another sign: you're mentally exhausted, even when you technically don't do that much physically. Understand that mental labor is still labor. Trying to remember everything is exhausting. Your ideas might also be disappearing. You had a great thought, a great strategy, solution, or program idea. And then guess what? Life happened. A phone call came in, a client emailed you, you had to pick someone up, you got distracted, or you got tired. And now that idea is gone. Not because it wasn't valuable, but it just had nowhere to go. It slipped your mind. And honestly, some of your biggest ideas have probably been lost simply because you never captured them. So let's talk about how to fix this. Here are three ways to stop your business from living in your head. Number one, create a central place for your thoughts. You don't need five notebooks. You don't need random sticky notes all over the place. You don't need several text messages to yourself. You don't need 30 tabs open, but you need one place. Whether that's a project management tool, a Google Doc, a notes app, a voice memo folder, or a CRM. Your brain needs a home to release that information. Your mind was designed to create ideas, of course, right? So your thoughts, your ideas are great. We want those to continue coming. But to store every single detail forever is not what your brain was designed to do. Secondly, I want you to document recurring tasks. If you keep doing something repeatedly, write those steps down. How do you onboard your clients? How do you send invoices? How do you prepare for meetings? How do you follow up? How do you process applications? How do you welcome your volunteers and your assistants? Because every time you repeat something from memory, you increase the chance of inconsistency, mistakes, delays, and burnout. Documentation creates relief, and it also prepares you to grow. Because eventually, if you want to receive more help, support, volunteers, staff, or team, they cannot follow what only exists in your head. And thirdly, stop relying on mental reminders. It's okay to use automations, calendar reminders, workflows, use scheduled emails, and use systems to support your memory. Because remembering everything does not make you more professional. It makes you overwhelmed. And that's what we don't want. I think of I think a lot of people have unknowingly normalized stress in business. They think being overwhelmed means they're working hard. But structure creates peace. Systems create breathing room. And it's my true belief that clarity creates confidence. You should not be carrying your entire business mentally every single day. That's just simply too heavy. And honestly, when your business only lives in your head, your business can never fully grow beyond you because everything depends on your memory, your energy, your availability, and your capacity. But when you begin building systems and documenting your processes and organizing your ideas, you begin to create room to actually think again and to breathe and to rest. You can create room to lead, right? You can create room to flow. And most importantly, you stop losing yourself while trying to manage everything. So if this is you, this is your reminder. Your business deserves structure. Your ideas deserve a place to live. And you deserve support beyond your memory. Stop trying to carry the entire operation in your head. You don't have to operate that way anymore. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.